Hello and welcome to Speed Gaming. I'm Bello. I will be commentating this race. We've had a bit of issues setting the stream up, but looks like our racers have already started. I apologize for the abrupt introduction. So we have MultiDarkSamuses versus Cameron. Speaking of which, Multi already managing SJF. Cameron struggling a little bit, but still ending up getting it. PB expansion in Alcove. That's interesting. Once we get Morph Ball, that will definitely be a lot helpful. Alright, what do we have down here? It's just a missile. I would have liked the play to scan the missile to see if it was main missiles or just an expansion, because the logic could change based on that. Alright, we're seeing some scan dashes here. Pretty nifty on the multi side. And with that, we are about to check out Chozo. Let me just take care of tracking real quick. So yes, I've volunteered for this one. I will have a tracker joining shortly. Op will be helping me once she gets home. But in the meantime, I will take care of things. Unfortunately, I did not quite catch what was in Chozo. But that's all right. We're gonna do the loop for oh, an E-tank. The Hive Mecha loop. There we go. Oh yeah, that's true. Both on the fusion suit. Yeah, I mean it is very enjoyable indeed. So it's more aerodynamic. It's just faster, obviously. Puke suit. We don't have Varia yet, so it's not Clown Vomit yet. All right, Cameron opting to save immediately. Yeah, might as well play it safe. Those rooms can get a little dangerous with the wasp pinning you against the door, and we have a space jump on Hive Mecha. All right, looks pretty good so far. So that probably indicates that we're gonna have something pretty important in main plaza, either on Vault Ledge or on the half pipe. And as I could not quite catch that. Oh, speaking of which, I should track. Oops. All right, and Cameron will be coming up on that. Oh, nice standable, but getting in nonetheless. All right, that's what matters. But yeah, not only the wasp, but also the scarabs in the tunnels that can deal quite a bit of damage. All right, we'll be coming up on our first missile here on MultiDarkSamuses' side. And it turns out to be Launcher. All right. Okay, so opting to perhaps check the tree. Maybe we'll see that from MultiDarkSamus' side. And oh, those are Morph Ball bombs, so we should have supers coming up pretty soon. And Wave Beam on the grapple ledge. All right. So this is a lot opening up pretty early on. Oh, they also got E-tanks from Vault Ledge, if I'm not mistaken. Cameron is going to be making their way onto that wave beam. Also, getting the jump there, very nice. All right, so looks like we're having a bit of a stuttering on Multi's side, but we'll follow along on Cameron's side on what is on Ruined Shrine. All right, just a missile in there, opting to go directly for Tower of Light. All right, and what are we going to see in Tower Chamber? Let's see it. Just missiles. Meanwhile, Cameron immediately going for the climb. Very nice jump to the very nice use of the standables to get to the second floor. Some attempted dashing, unfortunately not quite getting it. That's probably because we saw Cameron turn around during the dash, and in this game, your sideways speed cap is just non-existent. So what you want to do to scan dash the most efficiently is you do not want to turn around and see where you're going. Looks like Multi is also going to ditch doing Tower of Light right now. Perhaps going to come back later once we get more missiles. A bit of stuttering still, but it's alright. And making our way back to presumably Ruined Gallery, checking that missile check, and also transport access north. I like this play. Uh, Cameron's still going at Tower of Light, making some progress though. Oh, and getting a scan dash, very nice. Got a bit stuck behind the wall there, unfortunately. That's not gonna lie, I've never seen that happen yet, but hey, at least we made it to the third floor, and just shy of it, manages to save it on the second floor, thankfully. All right, we're almost there. Nice save. All right, and things are looking good so far for Cameron. So we will see what is on top of Tower of Light. That might be big. That is an artifact, so Cameron will not have to go and backtrack for that. Very nice. And in the meantime, MultiDarkSamuses is going to go and check artifacts. So we will see our hints pretty shortly, as well as what item lies in there. I suppose it was just a missile in whatchamacallit, ruined gallery. Cameron making also the same ruined gallery play. Oh, and it looks like we have a Varia on our hands. All right. So, early Wave Beam, early Varia. We're going to see our hints soon, probably. Opting not to read them right away, perhaps going to pause a bit later. I will take that time to try and write them down. Alright, so what do we got here? Frigate Crash Site. That should be free. Burn Dome. That's going to be a mandatory Zoid. Tower of Light, as we have seen from Cameron's side, and PPC, all right, as well as Research Core, and Transport Tunnel B. All right, so early artifacts pretty much, except save for a select few. All right, a bit of stuttering on Cameron's side. Apologize for this. We've had a few technical issues getting the stream up and running, but hopefully that doesn't turn out to be too bad. Hmm. All right. So Multi is going to go check out Transport Tunnel B and get an artifact of Warrior. All right. Also, we have Ob joining us as a tracker. So thank you very much, Ob, for your help. I'm having a bit of trouble tracking everything down. So hopefully you can help me manage both of these things while I yap about the race. Oh no, did both streams freeze? Oh, we are back on Cameron's side. Oh, okay, all good. All right, so we have a nothing up here in Fiery Shores, lower. We're probably not gonna see the peak for the upper item in here. Oh yeah, that was a bit unfortunate, but thankfully we seem to have resolved that issue. We're also gonna get a second go at artifacts on Cameron's side, because I'm gonna be honest, I kind of lost track after the fourth artifact. All right, so frigate crash site. Tunnel B and research core. All right, and in the meantime, MultiDarkSamuses is going to is on Magmore currently, checking. Whoa, that's an interesting spot for Morphball to be in. Warrior Shrine. Right, so we're just short a super missile, but since we know bombs are in the main plaza tree, we're probably going to be looking for that next. Just quickly moving through these rooms can be a bit difficult backwards, but MultiDarkSamus is managing some sweet R jumps. Also, probably going to go for the missile expansion. Why not? We only have 20 missiles to work with still, and it's early on in the game. So, with that various suit in hand, it looks like Cameron is going to go to Magmore as well, also getting that TTB artifact. Oh, we might see. Unfortunate. Went for the root cave dash, but unfortunately not quite getting it. That's all right. It's not in logic yet, anyways, and we've had no sign of grapple or X-ray showing up pretty soon, so I wouldn't be too worried about it. Alright, so checking the TTB artifact, perhaps hesitating a little bit about whether going Magmore or back to Chozo. That is a tough decision, but you do not have Morph Ball at the moment, so I would definitely go to Magmore still. Unfortunately, might still be going back up in a Chozo. Perhaps going to be skipping out on that Morph Ball in Warrior Shrine for quite a while. Let's hope the realization settles in sooner than later. Right, and it looks like didn't yield enough in Triclops Pit for MultiDarkSamuses to go for Lava Lake. No Powerbomb expansion, so we can't exactly do that. I don't know if we've peaked Short Tunnel yet. But it probably wasn't something important, I'd assume. Yeah, it looks like Cameron is still debating where to go. Yeah, going back to Magmore. Lost a bit of time there, but it's alright. Those late morph ball seeds can be a bit disorientating at first, so I don't blame Cameron one bit. That can be a bit confusing starting out. All right, and in the meantime, Multi is going back to Talon, probably going to go back to Chozo and start clearing up mid Chozo. Looking for that super missiles that would in turn allow us to get bomb. Cameron going for root cave dash as well. Unfortunately, not getting a good angle and bucking onto the root there. Oh, and also Cameron has gotten his hands on another E-tank. I didn't quite catch where that came from. Perhaps transport access north, if I were to assume, but perhaps we will see on MultiDarkSamuses' side. All right, Cameron slowly making his way to Warrior Shrine, hopefully. Getting that Morphle ASAP would be a huge help, so let's hope he manages to get Ruin Shrine, Warrior Shrine sooner than later. And indeed, it was just a missile in short tunnel, so nothing too important. In the meantime, MultiDarkSamuses is going to make use of those missiles to peek perhaps Tower of Light. Or no, there's no really a point to that. Getting a missile expansion in there, since we know it's an artifact, we don't quite need to peek it. However, we will use this power bomb expansion to open up this wall and reveal another missile expansion. Yeah, making sure to grab that power bomb drop there. Thankfully, they tend to be plentiful when shooting the scarabs in those tunnels in Chozo Ruins for some reason, so it's not too bad, but with only a capacity of 1, better safe than sorry. And Cameron also coming up on the Warrior Shrine Morph Ball. While MultiDarkSamuses makes use of that Morph Ball to go into Ruined Fountain and begin checking mid-Chozo. And it's just a missile expansion on the spider tracks. So nothing too important behind that, thankfully. In the meantime, Cameron following in MultiDarkSamuses' footsteps and checking out Triclops Pit. Some sweet jumping through the platforms. Unfortunately, landed right between two of them, which is a bit unfortunate, but you'll get over it. All right, checking that out. Also, getting the missile expansion. In the meantime, MultiDarkSamuses also pivot saving before that, or perhaps just safety saving and getting some energy. Experiencing a bit of stutter again. We apologize. All right, now going to check Storage Cavern. All right, we're back in Watery Hall. Unfortunately, we couldn't quite see what was in Watery Hall Tunnel on MultiDarkSamuses' side. Right, some pretty gnarly openings in there, and super missiles in Watery Hall Upper. All right, so that opens access to bombs. I would backtrack there immediately. Oh, we got a spider ball on Storage Cavern. I completely missed that. In the meantime, Multi getting a second E-Tank. Gonna make use of that spider ball we got earlier in Storage Cavern and check out a third E-Tank. Alright, this is getting pretty healthy for an early game. Oh, speaking of which, I haven't gotten into the RAs yet, which, if I recall correctly, we have Spring Ball enabled and Progressive Suit Damage Reduction. So that various suit just makes no difference compared to the regular setting, which is a vanilla suit damage reduction. So we'll just have the regular, I think 10% damage reduction from various suit. My numbers might be wrong about this, but helps us tank a bit more damage and a bit of stuttering again. But yeah, because it was phase on suit, couldn't quite catch that spider ball we've gotten. So I apologize. Right, Cameron showing off some decent attempt at R jumping this. Very nice. Meanwhile, Multi is immediately backtracking for those bombs in the tree, which I don't know if Cameron peeked as well. So maybe that could be information on which Multi could capitalize. And we have just gotten bombs. Alright, so next step would be Burn Dome, since we know an artifact is there. Oh, interesting play. So what Multi is doing here is, I don't think we've peaked Vault yet, but also going through Flogger could be a viable option. We just have a missile expansion, and no, we're not gonna go through Flagra. Even maybe yes, no, hesitating a little bit, but instead opting to go back all the way around Ruined Fountain, which is respectable because if you're having trouble getting past the gate backwards, that can be a deterrent to doing Flagra or not. Oh, we're opting to do Tower of Light now that we have enough missiles. That's right, we have 40, but we could use a refill first, unless Multi is going to check, just do get the first floor down and just do the scan dashes for the rest. Which is probably what's gonna happen, I would assume. All right. In the meantime, Cameron also making his way back to Ruined Shrine, probably to check the lower item in the Mortal Tunnel that's locked by bombs. All right. All right. Let's see those scan dashes on Multi's side. Unfortunately, not quite getting to the second floor, but it's okay. We managed to land on one of the standables around this. Not quite getting that luck the second time though, unfortunately. But it's gonna be a lot of trial and error. And yes, I just wanna say and remind people in chat that this is quite a difficult trick if you're not really used to the way scan dashes work. If you're having trouble hitting your B presses right, especially because this one requires quite a bit of precision in your B press. You want it to be as short as possible in order to get enough height. So it's definitely something that you practice over and over again, and yeah, it's pretty difficult starting out. I myself have had trouble with this when I was learning this. I wasn't 100% consistent at it, but over time and training, and I managed to get pretty good at this. So yeah, Multi is opting to go and get more missiles, and in order to guarantee that substance. In the meantime, Cameron is going to check Lava Lake. Definitely not a bad shout since we couldn't access it earlier. Alright, let's see it. And it's absolutely nothing. You get nothing. You lose. Good day. A bit unfortunate, but you gotta roll with the punches in races, so Cameron is probably just going to do just that. Probably not save warp, or perhaps just getting the save in order to get the energy refill, I would assume. No, we're seeing a save warp. Perhaps I would assume Cameron doesn't have the knowledge of bombs. All right, and what on multi-side? What are we seeing? Oh, we're seeing an ice beam in Gathering Hall. Interesting. So that accompanied with the wave beam, that could be a pretty fair invitation to go to Far Chozo and to continue up there. Right, opting to use Morphball entirely in this room, getting the scan dashes in there. Very nice from Multi's side. All right. Opting to get the first phase and go check the item during the phase transition. Not a bad shout. There are many different ways to do that, but so long as you don't do it after the boss fight, you get that time save, which is always welcome. Alright, only one more phase to go on Zoid. So this will definitely be the artifact, since the second item was just a missile expansion. So having a bit of trouble with the lock on there, but right, still getting the boss down. And it's a bit of started at the wrong time. But at least we're certain that this has been an artifact. In the meantime, Cameron is going to go check that waterway hole and see that super missiles in there. Hopefully, we'll also backtrack ASAP to the tree, because I didn't quite catch whether Cameron peeked the tree or not. Right, and so with that, Multi is going to go check Furnace, and I would assume continue through Far Chozo and loop back through Overgrown Cavern. Nice. Did we? We don't have boost, don't we? And oh, a second PBX. Oh, that is Spring Ball. I forgot. I thought for a second this was a wall boost without boost, and I got very confused. But no, that was just Spring Ball. I forgot a bit about the RAs, but that's alright. Alright, we're gonna be coming up on Upper Furnace, and what are we going to see? Oh, that might be a nothing. Couldn't quite see it on the restream. Meanwhile, Cameron getting super missiles. Also going to check the lower watery hole item. And it's just a missile expansion, so nothing too important, thankfully. Another PB expansion on Crossway, opting not to get it. No secret tunnel, sad. And first ghost fight. So what this will do, a bit of a side effect to this ghost fight, is that this will also trigger the rest of the ghost fights in Chozo. Alright, making good use of that super missile and then a charge beam to get rid of the ghosts efficiently. Very nice. Looks like Cameron is also going to go back to tree and get those bombs ASAP. Ooh, a bit of trouble getting the standable there. But getting it second try, nice. Alright, so what are we going to have on Hall of the Elders? Suspense, drum rolls please. Cameron gets bombs, and in the meantime, Plasma Beam! Right, that's, well, that's all beams fairly early on. It's not much our runners would be missing now. Perhaps a visor would be nice, but as well as boost ball. But in terms of suits, gravity tends to not be hard required, so we'll see. This might be a pretty early on artifact hunt. Also, given the fact that we have access to like very early 3 artifacts, yeah, I would say it's artifacts go mode. I think it's a safe assumption to make. Definitely would be a play for a phase on suit hint. I think if I were racing this seed, making also good use of that plasma to check Elder Chamber, but this is just a missile, which we will take because we don't have a lot of firepower right now. Only 50 missiles, just supers, but no ice spreader for essence. Could be a little dicey also if we stay at low health, but we will see. Depends on how thorough our runners will be during the artifact hunt. In the meantime, Cameron back in main plaza probably checked ruined gallery as we were talking about MultiDarkSamuses play. All right, and we are going to Great Tree Hall immediately. Yeah, checking out Great Tree Chamber is definitely not a bad shout. It's absolutely in logic, although unfortunately no life growth for us because no boost ball. That would be a bit risky to go for the bomb jumps in there. Alright, Bloodflower always being a little bit annoying, but we're getting over it without too many problems. And once again, we are in suspense as to what item this is. Cameron coming up on Ice Beam and Gathering Hole, making good use of those bombs, and also stuttering. Oh, we apologize for the jittery streams. Again. But, alright, Cameron's back up. Going to fight Zoid as well, gonna make use of those bombs. And also as a fun bit of trivia, you can also instantly damage Zoid with an uncharged Ice Beam shot for some reason. But fully charged Power Beam also works just as well as a missile. Alright. Cameron getting his hands on the missile expansion. Oh, alright. We're about to check out Overgrown Cavern on MultiDarkSamuses side, just a missile. Although this loops back into Frigate Crash Site pretty nicely. We're going to be able to get our hands on that third artifact. Oh, not quite getting the jump from the ledge, but that's alright. There's a slope jump in here underwater that you can do. And getting it without needing to use a space jump, very nice. Getting a bit bullied by the fly rates, though, as they usually do. Those are a pain. And speaking of artifact, Cameron also picking up artifact of strength on Sword. All right, and with that, uh, yeah, I'd say Multi is going to go for the artifact hunt. Not much of a reason not to, honestly. Perhaps going to go back to Tower of Light now that we have enough missiles in reserve. Yeah, filling back up on missiles before doing that at ship. Pretty wise. Yeah, this is going to be a little backtrack to Tower of Light again, but this time since we will have enough missiles, thankfully we will be. Thankfully, Multi will be able to get that artifact guaranteed. So just a little backtrack. We'll see if Cameron will be able to capitalize on that, as we don't seem to be getting Cameron back. Hopefully, this won't be permanent. All right, Cameron is back. Cameron's stream is back up, thankfully. Fighting the ghost in Hall of the Elders. So also a quick little tip: you can go and enable the bomb slot in there while the ghost is spawning to save a little bit of time on the unskippable animation. Unfortunately, not quite getting the standable first try, but it's all right. We can always try again. Yeah, that can be a little difficult to line up when you're not seeing this immediately. A little tip I would recommend is looking a bit down before you jump, locking your aim with L, and keep jumping. So that way you will see a little bit downwards as well. So this should make these things easier. And Cameron knows about the secret tunnel. Nice. We love to see the secret tunnel. In the meantime, Multi getting that fourth artifact in Tower of Light at long last. This one has been teasing them for quite a while, so it's pretty nice to have out of the way. And Cameron will be coming up on Plasma pretty shortly. Just still following right in Multi's footsteps, though. Not seeing a lot of divergence yet, although this would be a fairly jet seed. Very early beams, artifacts are pretty accessible thanks to those beams. Not much in the way of visor locked stuff or boost bowl locked. We have ice beam, so we can just go from Farfendrana to Research Core, getting our one of our two last artifacts. Right, and it looks like this is what's going to happen. Multi making his way down Magmore. Perhaps we will see an attempt at Root Cave Scandash. I would assume not quite, which is all right. Again, it's still not in logic. Grapple and X-ray are yet to be seen, so it's fair to assume that this won't be too punishing. All right, and we're gonna see what was in Forchozo while MultiDarkSamuses was buffering a little bit. Just a missile expansion in Antechamber. All right, Multi going for the scan dash, getting it, very nice. Scan dashing in Twinfire's tunnel. Always a handy one to know, along with that little standable. Cameron taking a safety save. Uh, hmm, I'm not sure if Cameron has checked Great Tree Chamber. I don't know if this was anything, since multi-stream buffered a little bit during that. So hopefully this is nothing too important. But beyond that, plasma processing is not yet available because we do not have a boost ball. Workstation would be out of logic without thermal, but we can still get it nonetheless. And looks like we won't know just yet what's in there. Since we're still not in workstation anymore, I would assume this was nothing too important. Taking a safety save, which is pretty wise, as we've only got Varia and 4 E-tanks, so for mines, that's not a whole lot of energy. Okay, interesting. Perhaps Multi is going to go to PPC immediately. I would have gone to Research Core and then PPC personally, but either order should work. Oh, the getting a bit trolled by the zoomer there, getting a bit lifted up in the air. All right, not forgetting the guaranteed power bomb drop in the workstation tunnel. Very nice, and making our way to PPC and getting that 5th artifact. All right, in the meantime, Cameron has also collected the artifact in Frigate Crash Site. Just making a quick little sanity check. Only 2 artifacts to go for Cameron as well, so I would assume that's just PPC and Research Core. So yeah, thankfully Cameron will not have to backtrack to Tower of Light thanks to getting that climb earlier. So hopefully this will allow him to catch up a little because as the race is nearing its end, we still don't know where Phazon Suit is though, so that could be the delimiter. Oh, Multi is perhaps going to go for the PPC climb. Going to make sure that the pirates are gone before attempting it, and we're seeing an attempt. Oh, that is pretty good. I did not know about the standables on the other side, but whatever works, works. We're just gonna be climbing the rest of the way up regularly. You can make the climb all the way through that sort of grid that Multi has been standing on, but it's a bit more difficult and quite punishing if you fail, as you fall all the way down to the bottom of the room. But at least if that happens, you can always take that occasion and go peek PCA if you have enough energy. All right, Cameron, I'm not sure where Cameron is going at the moment. Uh, Perhaps going to be a bit more thorough in Fendrana, in hopes of finding a visor or Phazon suit, which is definitely not a bad shout. Although I would still prefer the play that Multi is doing at the moment, which is rushing artifacts and getting the Phazon suit hint. Although Visorless Essence can be a bit tricky, so it's definitely understandable that Cameron would go for this thoroughness play. I don't remember if we have gotten the item. It doesn't. looking at at Cameron's minimap, it doesn't seem like we have checked Transport Tunnel B. Hopefully this won't come back to punish Cameron. All right, and in the meantime, MultiDarkSamuses is making their way to Farfen, getting a PB expansion from Transport Access. Very nice. I believe that is 3 PBs now. So even though we haven't found main PBs, and we probably won't, given the way the seed is made. And 3 power bombs is more than enough to get by. Oh well, I take it back. We have found main PBs in shorelines behind the ice. All right. Lighthouse just looks to be a missile. Cameron is going to go for Ice Winds West immediately. Huh. See, I don't know if I like that. Okay, so probably Cameron is going to gun for Research Core immediately. For some reason, not going through Workstation. Probably didn't think about it, because I don't really see a reason why not at this point. Well, that will be a question for the interview. And in the meantime, Multi getting that last artifact, probably going to go back through backwards lab a little bit, getting a few checks left and right, and save warping at Observatory, fighting Ridley, and all that jazz. Yeah, pretty much. Just ask for power bombs, and you shall receive power bombs. If only the drop system worked for this in this game, though. Yeah, unfortunately, MultiDarkSamuses is going to have to go through Dark Lab since we've picked up the item in the Research Core. Yeah, it would look like Cameron is going through labs forwards. Maybe doesn't know that you can do backwards labs in Rando, as this setting is enabled by default in this tournament preset, and it was not RA'd out, so I would assume that Cameron doesn't know about the reverse labs change for Rando. Right, but perhaps we're gonna see a bit of high five action shortly in labs, as both racers are making their ways opposite through labs, but still making their way nonetheless. And I don't think Research Lab Aether was anything important. In the meantime, Cameron is going to find out what's in Research Lab Hydra, courtesy of those super missiles. Alright, let's see it. Just another E-Tank. In the meantime, MultiDarkSamuses collapsing the tower in Control Tower, and just a missile. That just means this room becomes Control. No longer a tower. Sag. And also, no need to skip the fight trigger since we are on Dark Lab, so the fight trigger is not active anymore, which means you don't need to go around it anymore, as the air pirates now immediately spawn. Alright, and this is probably a high five in Observatory right now. Alright, we're gonna perhaps see Observatory dash from Cameron. Unfortunately, still getting that little habit that you have to absolutely get rid of as soon as you can when it comes to scan dashing in Prime Rando or Prime speedrunning in general, is not looking to the side. Cameron taking that advice to heart and getting that dash second try. Very nice. Just an E-Tank up there. We're not going to get it. 5 E-Tanks can be plenty. No, I'm fairly certain that MultiDarkSamuses has all of their artifacts at the moment. Yes, while the stream was Was buffering a little bit. Save warped, I would assume, in Observatory. So we're going to see a boostless Ridley fight pretty shortly. It's going to be a bit of a drag without boost ball, as this dragon likes to fly around and bomb the area while being invulnerable and too fast to be hit by any of our projectiles. So this will be quite the show for sure. We will see how MDS manages that. Meanwhile, Cameron looks like they have triggered the fight in Control Tower. Although that's all right. Nothing a few charged plasmas are could not solve. Yes, yeah, I would assume too. There is a safe point at Observatory. I believe MultiDarkSamuses went for a play to check part of labs and save warp as soon as possible. Right, so Cameron is instead going to go to Research Core and then back down to Magmore and get that last artifact in PPC and then save warp as well, I would assume. And perhaps spend a little more time also looking for a visor or boost ball, which would be fair. Also saying hi to Edward, being a bit too affectionate here while breaking the glass. A nothing item and a missile expansion in Research Lab Aether. Alright, almost down to half health on MDS's side. There's no quite need to go stand in the corner, as we won't really have boost, and I would even go as far as to say that we don't want to stand in there, because we want to be able to move freely. As we only have Varia suit, Ridley does quite a bit of damage. Unfortunately missed a bit of a plasma shot there. Alright, staggering a little. And in the meantime, Cameron getting that Research Core artifact. Only one more to go on Cameron's side. But yeah, if Cameron's plays to be as thorough as possible and finds out about a phase-on suit early on, that could be a game changer for Cameron here. Also showing off a nice R jump to skip the Morph Ball tunnel. Very cool. Yeah, instead gunning it for PPC. And then a save warp and boostless Ridley, probably. Yeah, we're not even an hour in, and we're already seeing a Ridley boss fight. But I don't want to say Jet Seed just yet, as Phase-On 2 has yet to be determined. If it is in a specific location that's locked by an item we don't have, this could quickly turn into a casino and a nightmare. Right? MDS's Ridley is almost going to be wingless soonish. And there we go. Alright, so this is going to be the second phase. We'll see how MultiDarkSamuses is managed. Alright, so far so good. Although since we're not at the corner, we are indeed at risk of getting charged. And that's quite a tricky window to hit if you don't quite know the timing. 3 charges in a row, that's quite unfortunate. Alright, and getting the upper hand back is what we like to see. And another charge. And you gotta be careful about those, as with only Varia, that deals a ton of damage. And a ton of screen shake too. Almost getting the snipe there. Just a bit shy, unfortunately. Oh, a bit too early too. So sometimes if your timing's a bit off, Ridley can be invincible while it's standing up. Having a bit of trouble avoiding those dashes. Health is getting dangerously low here. I would advise to scan dash, as that makes avoiding those dashes easier. At this point, I would not even go for the snipes. Oh my goodness, that is a lot of... Oh, that is risky. 24 health. Let's hope for a better pattern here. Oh, this is stressful for MultiDarkSamuses. Oh no. Oh, right. Oh, we got a snipe, maybe. That's a bit odd. Okay, don't stand too close. He could have finished it off with a super missile there. And just getting past this with 24 health to spare. Holy, that was stressful. And we are about to find out about Phazon Suit, which will be in Phendrana Drift. Alright, so this might come back to haunt Cameron, because if it's in early Fen, Cameron could have been a bit thorough there and checked all that. Yeah, good job indeed. I would not like to be in this situation. 24 health with only Varia against Ridley. Yikes. So yeah, hopefully, while Cameron makes his way there, perhaps nah, this is probably going to be a save warp in the save station by the elevator. I would assume. Not really any reason not to at this point. Alright, and that Multi is going back to Fen through Magmore. Yeah, we're gonna see a save warp on Cameron's side. Yeah, visorless Essence is a bit rough. Especially if you're not too comfortable with the attack patterns, that can deal quite a bit of damage. And we have already witnessed a few deaths at Essence, which is really unfortunate. So hopefully Essence will go easy on our runners here and not pull skip the combat phase. But yeah, not being able to see Essence is pretty rough. Though it's not completely hopeless, you can still hit it while it's invisible and track it with audio cues and scan visor. So it's not hopeless. It's just really rough, as you put it. Alright, opting to get rid of the turrets there. Those can be a bit of a pain. But also a little tip is that those are not the turrets you find in Phazon mines. So that means you can permanently freeze them for as long as the room is loaded by just shooting them once with Ice Beam. And not only will they not bother you anymore, but you will still be able to lock onto them, which can be pretty useful for a few scan dashes. And with that, we are closing in on the hour mark, and while Cameron is fighting Ridley on his own accord, MultiDarkSamuses is going to, well, just wipe Phendrana clean, going to come up on these main PBs. Also scanning the lighthouse, turning out to be an energy tank. Also still going for it. After that hard stopper at Ridley, I definitely don't blame them. Though hopefully we will stumble upon a visor while hunting for Phazon Suit. That would be the best case scenario. At least one visor is definitely a lot more manageable than double visorless. Oh, nice, nice Chozo Ice Temple climb from MDS here. Really being a bit uncooperative, even in the air for Cameron. Right, there's just a missile in there. But we have yet to see what Chozo Ice Temple is. I mean, Chapel of the Elders. We just saw what Chozo Ice Temple was. Right, making good use of that Spring Bolt to get the 1 cycles pretty easily. Unfortunately, not quite getting that chance with the 2nd cycle. Probably got an A press that was eaten. What do we have here? Probably not too important, I would assume, since NBS is backing out of Chapel of the Elders. All right, Cameron also struggling a bit to dodge the Ridley's assault. Opting to use scan dashes, very wise. Those are very consistent at dodging attacks against boostless Ridley. In the meantime, MDS getting their hand also on main PBs. So, gonna have 7 PBs to work with against Essence, which will be really comfy. Alright, and Cameron also just now hitting the 2nd phase. Unfortunately, getting a dash immediately despite being close to the corner. Getting a bit trolled by the tail hitbox here. And also as a quick little tip, while Ridley is turning around, there's also a short window in which you can shoot Ridley's maul while it's open, and this will also trigger it standing upright and making it vulnerable. Although there's still a chance that Ridley will be invincible during that phase if you don't time it properly. But it's still faster than letting it chain 3 dashes in a row. Because after standing upright, Ridley will never dash again. Well, immediately again, anyways. Cameron doing a lot better on that Ridley fight. Yeah, that was rather clean, all things considered. All right, and also going to be getting that phase on suit hint. So the reasoning behind some runners not wanting Spring Ball is mostly out of habit, because there's quite a bit of a demographic here that also speedruns Metroid Prime, even though that tends to be among the mentors more than the mentees for this tournament. This is probably also, yeah, just habit, just not thinking about using Spring Ball very much. But yeah, probably just a bit of... I think I would assume everyone has their own different reason. Me personally, I would rather not use Spring Ball because I simply will not remember to use it, pretty much. So that makes this edition a bit pointless for me anyways, but you could probably ask runners individually, asking why they would prefer Spring Ball or not. I think it will really depend on a runner by runner basis, mostly. Yeah, no problem for asking. That's what I'm here for. Alright, Cameron also attempting a Root Cave dash again. Still not getting it, unfortunately. That's also one of those tricky dashes to get the hang of. Alright, we're gonna use the Spider Track to climb a Ruined Courtyard. We might see a Thotis play on MDS's side, since we have already gone through most of labs. Or perhaps just checking Research Lab Hydra, as I would assume MDS has save warped from Observatory Safe Station. Yeah, we're just gonna be thorough and check Research Lab Hydra first. Definitely a good idea, since this has been orphaned by going into Ridley immediately. Using Plasma Beam to make quick work of those pirates. Also, a bit of a fun fact is with the air pirates and the pirates in general, a single plasma shot is enough to kill them, as the afterburn damage will take care of the rest of the health. This is useful in particular for this room that MultiDarkSamuses was in just now, as you only just need to tag them once, and if you've tagged them all, you can just make your way immediately and let them die while you're climbing the room, shaving off a few seconds. Just some quick little optimizations here and there that can, if you accumulate them, definitely make a bit of a difference in the race. Oh, Cameron realizing they forgot to check TTB, rectifying that earlier mistake, but unfortunately it's just a nothing item. So, never punished, as we like to say. Yeah, MDS taking the time to dispatch of these invisible pirates that can deal quite a bit of damage, immediately resetting out of Research Lab Hydra. At this point, I don't know if the reset is faster, honestly. It's just a few rooms you have to go through, but I think it's pretty much equivalent. It's probably just a matter of preference at this point. But could be worth timing. Alright, Cameron, also getting that E-Tank in Lighthouse. And yeah, we're just gonna use Thoris as a hallway, pretty much. Also, no grapple beam, so if MultiDarkSamuses isn't quite familiar with the scan dash in order to get past Quarantine Monitor, that might be a bit problematic, but hopefully there is also a backup strat you can do where you can reload the room after defeating Thoris, and there will be a Sheegoth that spawns. You can kill the Sheegoth close to the ledge, and you can jump off of a corpse to jump back onto Qmon, and that is one of my favorite strats in the entire rando, just due to how silly it is. But yeah, that could be a worthy backup for the dash. Hopefully, MultiDarkSamuses knows about it. Yeah, that's fair, Nicolette. Cam already did Hydra by doing labs in the correct way, so won't have to backtrack for that. Cameron can also capitalize a little bit on that. Unfortunately, not checking early Fen on the first pass is going to cost him a bit of time. Hopefully, just the time that he has saved by doing Hydra first, because Cameron is still a little behind at the moment. But we'll see. There will still be the final bosses to go through, and Cameron might find either Ice Spreader or just have a really good final bosses. So hopefully that could help Cameron close the gap. In the meantime, fighting Thoris on MDS's side, we have Plasma, we have Power Bombs, so we have ways to quickly expedite it, even though this is not really in logic due to a lack of Thermal Visor. Since we're just looking for a Phase-On suit at this point, we can just throw logic right at the window and check all we can in Fen. Oh, did MultiDarkSamuses check Ice Ruins East? I'm not sure that they did. So if Phase-On suit's in there, that's definitely a table turner for Cameron. Unfortunately, just another E-Tank. Still gonna opt to take it. Yeah, but I mean, at this point, the route is pretty straightforward through Phendrana. You pretty much just do the main Phendrana Shorelines cluster. Labs has already been done completely by Cameron, so he will just have to go to Farfen immediately, and Farfen is basically just a loop, so it's just really straightforward routing. It's basically just go through Fen until you find Phase on Suit. And no, that is Gravity in on Thoris. So that's definitely gonna help out MultiDarkSamuses go through Gravity Chamber a lot easier. Gonna make this underwater movement a lot faster, especially since we don't have Boost Ball. Yeah, not going for the scan dash in to get to Qmon. Hopefully, Phase on Suit is not in there, or perhaps it is, and Cameron knows of the dash, is feeling confident enough to try it, and gets it. If Phase on Suit in there, then Cameron can definitely capitalize on that. Yeah, doesn't seem to be anything of importance in Fen Canyon. Also, it's time to put a few cat gems in the chat for the Farfen music. Alright, and we will be coming up on Frost Cave shortly. And peeking it, it's just a missile expansion. Alright, that's... So there is indeed a slope jump you can do to get up there without lowering the stalactite, but you want to do it from the other platform. This one seems a bit finicky, yeah, but still getting it, so you know, won't complain too much. And with that, we're about to go into Phendrana's Edge. Hopefully not fall off, but yeah, those pirates are gonna be a problem if we want to go up. But still going to climb the room nonetheless. We have power bombed in plasma, so we can check both security cave and storage cave. Unfortunately, getting a bit of a hiccup on the branch there. Still, thankfully, though, not falling all the way down. And it's been a while since we've had a stutter, but it's alright. Use the Morph Ball boost to get out of the way. Yes, thank you, game. We totally have that at the moment. Alright, giving it a few more attempts on the branch jump. And getting it. Very nice. Alright, just a missile expansion in the storage cave. And security cave... Well, we have yet to find out. Huh? Oh, I did not know of this standable. I'm gonna be honest, I usually just slope jump up there from storage cave, but alas, it's just a missile expansion. But that is a pretty funky standable I did not know of previously, so yeah, pretty nice. It's always fun seeing the strats that different players come up in this tournament. Alright, and in the meantime, as for Cameron, also making quick work of Thoris. Also a quick little tip with Thoris, when you have Plasma Beam, destroying the rocks only takes a fully charged plasma shot and a single missile. So, if you want to get rid of them fast in a single go, well, that's definitely your main ticket to doing this. And we have Phase on Suit in lower graph chamber. Okay, this is okay, so that makes Thoris, I think, logically required, which is pretty funny. We still have no idea where Thermal Visor is, though. So we'll probably find that out in the credits. MultiDarkSamuses is probably debating on where to save warp, but I would say the Frost Cave save station is the safest bet. It's probably just a matter of getting there. So the sea's been actually pretty jet. We found all the beams at like the half-hour mark, pretty much. We've had Wave on Grapple Ledge, Ice on Gathering Hall, and Plasma on the Hall of the Elders, so definitely pretty jet. The artifacts also were nothing to write home about. 3 very early artifacts, respectively in Frigate Crash Site, Transport Tunnel B, and Tower of Light, and 3 more that were in a bit later locations, such as PPC, Research Core, and I forget where the last one was. That was Burn Dome. So yeah, fairly jetsy. Yeah, I'm also curious to find out where the visors are, but given the fact that Multi has a suit already and Cameron is following close in their footsteps, we're probably not gonna know until the credits drop. All right, we've safely arrived to Frost Cave, getting the stalactite down, and making our way to the safe station, save warp, and going to go fight final bosses. At the same time, Cameron is also finding Phazon suit. This is pretty close. Jumping logic. Well, the most recent point would have been Thoris, but up until then, we've stayed pretty much in logic the almost the entire seed. So like, yeah, I'd say we jumped logic at Thoris by skipping thermal there. But other than that, I don't really recall any other thermal requirements, nor the X-ray ones. So yeah, it's just one jump in logic from thermal visor. Well, yeah, pretty much. Who has the best visorless? Cameron is MultiDarkSamuses is a little bit ahead, but yes, we already did Dragon, so this will be Mr. Krabs and Squidward pretty shortly. Yeah, visorless Squidward is definitely a pain. But we still have Phazon Core to climb first. And also the fact of the matter is we did not get Boost Ball either. But that doesn't really matter since we have Ice Beam, we can just go through labs from the back. Right, MDS trying to get the slope jump up there, but yeah, gonna get bothered by Jack here. Jack, the efficient Metroid, in Phazon Core. Also associated with the upstairs one, which I think is Jill. As they try to prevent us from going up the hill, giving up on the slope jump and going for the regular climb. Definitely fair. But the efficient Metroids are definitely going to be a lot more annoying going that way. At the same time, Cameron, really hot on MDS's heels, managed to gain a bit of time by doing a few strats a little better, I want to say. Ooh, a bit of a risky R jump, but still getting it on the MDS's side. Really nice. Alright, and with that, that's going to be Subchamber 1. Subchamber 1 will always be either Power of Weight or Wave. Hopefully we start on Power, and no, just Wave, because Essence hates us. I mean, EXO. or should I say Mr. Krabs, or whatever, just Metroid Prime for the impact crater. Alright, just need to go through this. We don't have Ice Spreader too, so the Ice Beam phases could be a bit of a slog too, as they are a bit hard to hit. Unfortunately, not quite getting the first Super Missile, but thankfully getting the second one, and after that, just a fully charged Power Beam shot is enough. Alright, and another wave start again. This is not great RNG for for MultiDarkSamuses on these first two subchambers. Also getting hit by the wave laser, so losing a bit of the ability to lock on for a bit. Alright. So we should be getting past this phase pretty quickly. At the same time, Cameron is just done climbing this. Oh, maybe not. Okay, the Metroid, the efficient Metroid here just being a bit of a troll and almost smacking Cameron off of the ledge back down the room, but thankfully no such luck for the Metroid. Yes, indeed, two Vasilist fights. This was by all means a pretty jet seed. We did skip a logical thermal by fighting Thoris and getting Gravity Suit in there for the phase-on suit in lower Graph Chamber. Alright, with that, that's Subchamber 2 done for MDS. Subchamber 3, grappling immediately on the power phase. Just the pretty standard start to Subchamber 3. Also a pretty nice one. Alright, and oh, would you look at that? Almost synced EXO animations. Alright, Cameron is gonna be just about done with Subchamber 1. Making use of 2 super missiles, which I definitely don't blame Cameron for doing, even though that's a bit overkill in terms of damage. Since we don't have Ice Spreader, we don't have to worry as much about the missile count, so I think the extra safety of the guided super missiles is a pretty wise choice. Yeah, Visalist Squidward again. Yeah, so to give a bit of context here, on a previous race, like last week, Drake and I had a bit of a discussion concerning SpongeBob characters and Metroid Prime final bosses, and we have come to the conclusion that Samus is Sandy Cheeks, EXO is Mr. Krabs, and Essence is Squidward. Alright, the plasma phase. I can't really tell if we're on the subchamber 3 or 4 for MultiDarkSamuses, but you definitely want to go and take care of those plasma orbs. Yeah, oh, and Cameron is slowly but steadily catching up, just now entering subchamber 3, as MDS is just entering subchamber 4. This is gonna be a race. Oh, this is gonna be close indeed, and I like to see that. Alright, the Ice Beam phases are gonna be a bit tricky. Especially if we keep getting frozen by the beam. Right. Just another charge, and we can still hope for. Oh, nice Ice Beam snipe by MultiDarkSamuses. Ah, wave phase. Oh, back into power. Okay, that's cool. And back to ice. Okay, EXO is being a bit of a troll here in Subchamber 4. And back to ice again! Well, this is really bad but for MultiDarkSamuses, but on the flip side, this will definitely allow Cameron to buy a bit of more time. Which, with how close this race is being right now, we definitely won't say no to. Alright, just one more beam phase to go on MDS's side, I believe. And getting the turnaround super missile shot. Now only need to land a charged ice beam shot for this. Or several uncharged ones, but yeah. Probably gonna go for the safety of the super missile, or maybe not. Just pelting it with lemon also work. Oh yeah, struggling a bit with the timing there, but all right, getting rid of EXO, and now we're on to Essence on MDS's side. In the meantime, Cameron is just wrapping things up on his subchamber 4. All right, let's just hope MDS has a good Essence, especially Vazulis. All right. So not moving immediately. Very good choice. All right. First pool is laid down. All right. Let's hope we can still track that with Scan Visor. I almost said Echo Visor because of the sound cues. This isn't an Echoes tournament. Experiencing a bit of stuttering. Unfortunately. So, we will see. Oh, got 1 or 2 shots in. Not too bad. Okay, that's an interesting spot to stand in on this fight. I usually just stand on the route that is at the other end of this room. All right. And we're still hiccuping, unfortunately. Okay, Cameron is also getting onto his first pool. Definitely not... Oh, I'd say even a better location for the first pool. Alright. And now getting into some animation cancels for this. Making good use of those power bombs to get rid of the Metroids. Alright, just getting every last bit of damage that you can get off of the pools, even though Essence is invisible and hard to aim at. Cameron managed to get a few shots in with that first pool as well. Yeah, unfortunately you can't quite lock on and then back to Combat Visor. Alright, another pool. I believe we're at the thermal phase at the moment. Oh, this is going to be close. The stream knows. The stream likes to keep us suspensed a little. I might just have to spy on the race time room to see who finishes first. Oh boy. But Cameron getting onto his first combat phase pool, making good use of those anim cancels. Alright, really not far behind. Cameron could still definitely win this. Oh, it's definitely in reach. Oh, let's see it. And the second combat phase for MultiDarkSamuses as well. Gonna capitalize on those anim cancels. Gonna play it safe and not do pool cancels. Definitely understandable. You still have the health to go around too, so definitely not gonna be too much of a hassle surviving through the other phases. Alright, only one more good pool to go. If MultiDarkSamuses finds Essence and can manage to lock it into the proper animation, Multi can definitely empty the entire pool into Essence and then kill it while it's invincible. We shall see. Oh, we heard that. Oh, just shy of getting that, unfortunately, but got a bit of damage there. Maybe next pool. Maybe next pool. All right, the last few Metroids being spawned in. Okay. Oh, we might see it there, folks. We might see a GG's. That's a good lock on. And that is GG's for MultiDarkSamuses winning this race. Well done. And Cameron really, really hot on MDS's tail. Only one last good pool to go through as well. Oh, all right. Where is it? Where is it? And with that, we have MultiDarkSamuses in the booth with us. GG's.
I have no words.
Oh yeah. I understand that situation. I gotta say though, that was a very, very stressful Ridley fight. You want to elaborate a bit on that?
Yeah, 24 energy. I was like, well, I'm dead. And then he behaved.
Yeah, he behaved, and you managed to clutch it out. Yeah, that was definitely some very unfortunate behavior from Ridley there, dashing really a lot. But
yeah, it was rough.
Other than that, we saw Tower of Light giving you a bit of trouble there.
Yeah,
that must have felt pretty stressful, but
it was so stressful.
Yeah.
That early decision at the beginning to go back to Tower of Light, and then I didn't notice I had enough missiles to scout.
Oh right, yeah.
And I was like, all right, I guess I'll just have to double dip this once I found out it was an artifact. And then when I couldn't get the dash, I was like, it's a triple dip. That sucks.
Yeah, but you gotta... Sometimes in racing, one of the most important aspects is knowing when you've put too many pocket chips into this game and knowing when to just dip. And speaking of which, GG's on Cameron for finishing really, really hot on your tail.
Wow, okay, that was really close.
Yeah, so...
I was scared during that when
Yeah.
what was it? 36 minutes in, all beams realizing, oh,
yeah,
I can go for hints.
You can absolutely go for the artifacts.
And I was like, I'm so far behind, and then just finding that Phazon suit as late as I did, I really thought, well, my opponent's probably in final bosses. I don't know why they haven't beaten me yet.
Well, speaking of your opponent, we have Cameron here in the booth. GG's.
GG's.
GG, what a close race.
Yeah. Oh, Thermal was in PC? What? Oh, where was X-Ray? Life Grove?
Where was Boost?
Good question. Cameron, can you go back up a little bit?
Oh,
on the
sorry,
credits,
I already
please?
stopped streaming.
Oh,
the
oops.
Boost was, I believe, in like Storage Depot B in Mines or something like that.
Storage Depot. Oh, okay. That is some awful logic. So, Boost in Storage Depot B, into X-Ray in Life Grove, probably Vanilla or French Vanilla, back into Thermal on PCA to do Thoris and yet Gravity in order to get Phazon suit in Lower Grav Chamber. That is an awful logic chain. I just gotta say.
So gross.
That is disgusting.
To be fair, I
really
feel like a
rough.
decent chunk of that seed was kind of gross and just was able to skip a lot of it.
Yeah, the first big chunk of that seed was a really interesting puzzle, having Boost Ball or having Morph Ball way down in Magmor.
Yeah, that's a bit unusual. Gotta say, but
I was kind of expecting it with where Varia suit was. I was like, okay, Morph is in Magmor.
It's in Magmor. Yeah, that's
Will
a
it be
fair assumption
front
to make.
or mid?
Well, that's the whole question, and as it turned out to be in Warrior Shrine, so mid. But yeah, if I want to elaborate a bit more on this race, you two really did not have a lot in the way of route divergences. Cameron, you managed to get Tower of Light on the first pass well, MultiDarkSamuses had to triple dip out of there. So you could capitalize a bit on that, a bit of time save on there. But really, this whole time, you're really hot on each other's heels. Cameron, you're a little bit behind, but really not by a lot, and we didn't see a lot of route divergences, really.
Grapple on Fiery Shores. I'm kind of upset.
Oh, yeah, that was on Upper Fiery Shores then.
Mm-hmm. In hindsight, I'm kicking myself for turning around once I got the artifact in the tunnel on the way to Magmore. I didn't think of the fact that the first room once you get to Magmore, with where you normally go into Morph Ball to get
Lava Lake.
Lava. I think, or whatever the room is with the Magmore there. I didn't think of just like brute forcing that and running right through it instead of using the Morph Ball, and I was figuring,
right.
Yet, so maybe it's not in logic.
Oh yeah, speaking of Magmore, when you were hunting for your artifacts, we saw you you got through Fendrana, like through early Magmore, and then all the way through early Fen to go to Research Core. Why did you go for this instead of going through Workstation and immediately going backwards through Labs? I'm curious to know.
I suppose in the moment was thinking I can knock out Labs on the way rather than having to do Labs after the power's all out and everything. Especially if we didn't find Thermal Visor anywhere along the run, like Labs would be kind of rough.
As someone who
That's
did
fair.
Dark Labs, I agree with that play. That would have been the smart thing to do.
But
yeah,
hey, you got the fast thing to do, so that ended up working in your favor.
Hey, I mean, by only a 2 minutes margin, that's definitely been a very close race. So, yeah, definitely enjoyed commentating this. But
really
with that out of the
forward to watching it back later, and thank you for commentating.
yeah, and you can also thank Op for tracking. Thanks again, Op, for helping me through this endeavor. But and thank you, Drake, for the comments in chat. Be sure to follow our runners, Cameron and MultiDarkSamuses, as well as Op for tracking. Thanks again. And do any of you two have any closing thoughts on this seed?
That EXO was so rude.
Yes.
Yeah, EXO without any
Both
visors
of my
is
final
not fun.
bosses were just cruel to me.
Yeah, Visorless is definitely difficult, and and we will not forget this RNG in Subchamber 4 from MultiDarkSamus. That was pretty
good.
terrible.
Charge beam. I can super as soon as my beam is charged. Ice beam. As soon as I switch to ice beam, another beam.
Yeah, that's Subchamber 2 for Subchamber 4 for you.
I got the bad RNG.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate. Anything else to add for you, Cameron?
I had a really good time with the seed. I thought it was a cool puzzle in the beginning, and then by the end, a nice straight shot to the finish. So,
yeah.
Fun times, and GG on the race.
Yeah, GG's. And since we are on bracket stage, it's not all over for you yet, Cameron. You can still catch up in the losers bracket. So definitely going to be looking forward to that.
That's the plan.
And yeah, all right. Well, good luck for your future endeavors, you two. And if no one has anything else to add, we can just close off the stream, and we will see you next mission.